Selling your home in the Bay Area or Silicon Valley or practically anywhere in the United States can seem like a very daunting challenge. I mean, after all, there is a big difference between selling a home and selling it for the highest possible price. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video, is how to prepare your home for sale to get it sold, not just sold, but sold for the highest possible price. Having sold hundreds of homes here in the San Francisco Bay Area and in Silicon Valley, I know exactly what it takes to prepare your home for sale, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. Today, I'm going to discuss 3 items that you can change in your home to prepare it for sale, and actually give you a 4th bonus option of something that you can do to spruce the curb appeal of your home up. And speaking of curb appeal, the advice that I'm giving on this video is very generic. And the truth is that the advice that I give to you personally would be very different than what I would give to the general masses. And so when anyone works with our team, when anyone works with Selling Silicon Valley Group, we give what we call a curb appeal consultation, where we actually have one of our interior designers meet you at your property, go through it with you with a fine-tooth comb, and find the biggest areas of impact where you could potentially get the most bang for your buck in terms of repairing this little item, or making a quick tweak here, or making a quick fix here. All of those things are very unique to your particular situation. And so if you're interested in having something like that done to your property, go ahead and text the word curb appeal to the number down below, and we'll get you set up with one of those complimentary consultations. Okay, so what are some quick tweaks that you can make to your property to dramatically increase the curb appeal of your home? Let's face it, when a buyer is flipping through your home online, you have literally 3 to 5 seconds to make an impact. That's it. Otherwise, they're moving on to the next house. And so you have to make sure that the pictures show off your property in the best possible way. And let me tell you, the best possible way is to make sure that there are certain things inside of your home that really pop. The first item that you might consider replacing or changing in your property is the paint color. You're probably thinking to yourself, how silly. That seems so trivial. And in fact, it kind of is. The truth is that paint is very easy to fix, and it's something that you might think to yourself, well, maybe the buyers should be able to choose the paint color that they want. Unfortunately, we have to understand that most humans do not have the best imagination. And so we need to present the home in a way that's going to make the buyer feel invited, make them feel warm and fuzzy when they walk inside. There is a psychology to the color of an environment and how it impacts the people who are walking inside. So if a wall is painted a brown or a red or a yellow or a green or something that's not very neutral, what it usually ends up doing, it confuses the buyer. It doesn't make them feel at home because they feel like they're in a foreign space. We want to make it as neutral and as inviting as possible. And so typically speaking, our curb appeal consultant, our interior designers will come in and they'll suggest a very neutral, like beige color or white color. And it could be that your paint looks great and they say you don't need to make any changes at all. That happens very frequently, by the way. But sometimes we do suggest that you create, or that you paint the walls another shade of white or another shade of beige, just depending on the furniture that you have. It's all of the other accessories in the home that you have. We want to make sure that we match the paint color to everything else in the home, as well as make sure that it's as palatable to the general public and to the buyers as possible. The second item you might consider replacing is the flooring. A lot of times we'll walk through the home and the flooring looks incredible. Whether it's carpet or hardwood or engineered hardwood or whatever it is, a lot of times I'll walk into a home and say, wow, this is great. Sometimes the carpet is dirty, and we may suggest that we bring a really heavy-duty carpet cleaner into the home and really scrub out a lot of that dirt. And sometimes we may suggest that the carpet get replaced altogether. The same principle applies to flooring. So sometimes we walk in, the flooring looks amazing, and sometimes it doesn't look so great. And so whatever the case may be, whether it's hardwood or tile or carpet, if it's in really good condition or if it could use just a little scrubbing, we'll do that. But sometimes we will suggest that the flooring be replaced. This is probably the most expensive suggestion that we'll make, simply because we understand that just like the paint color, the flooring color and the presentation of the flooring really matters. It makes a huge impact on the buyer's perception of the home. What are the 2 things that you have more of than anything else in the house? Walls with paint and floor. The surface area of the two things are what the majority of the house is comprised of. And so even if the bathroom sink isn't working or isn't in the best shape, that's actually less of a concern than having the flooring be out of shape. All right, great. So perhaps now we have new paint, we have new flooring. What else could we possibly do to improve the palatability, to improve the marketability of the home? That leads us to our third suggestion, which is sprucing up the fixtures. Now, I'm not talking about replacing the chandeliers and making huge changes to all of the fixtures in the home. However, sometimes we'll walk into a home and see that the kids have been, playing and yeah, the walls are stained a little bit, but not only that, but like the electrical outlets, like they got like little holes in them, or, one of the light switches isn't working, or perhaps the plate is a little bent or whatever. All very, very small cosmetic things, but they do make a big impact. And we want to make sure to present the home in the best possible way to just fix those little items. It's an insignificant amount of money compared to the cost of your home, but improving those things will make it feel, it'll literally make it feel like a brand new home. If you replace a lot of the little outlets and a lot of the little panels, and maybe even some of the small little fixtures that you have on the wall, gold lighting used to be in a few decades ago, not so much now. And so just replacing those with like a more darker lighting plate cover, whatever, things that cost a couple, 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks, but they make a huge impact in terms of how the home is presented and how it feels to the buyer as they walk into the home. It feels a lot more modern. And anytime that we can make the home feel more modern, despite its age, it's a really good thing, especially for the millennial buyers that are coming to buy your home. Okay, great. So now we have new paint, we have potentially new flooring, perhaps we have a couple new fixtures and outlets and stuff like that. Great. That's awesome. There is a potentially fourth thing that you could do though to really spruce up the marketability of your home. This only applies if your kitchen is a little bit outdated. You feel like the cabinets might need a little bit of sprucing up, but you don't want to put a ton of money into the kitchen. Let me tell you, the worst thing that you could possibly do is put new cabinets into your kitchen. However, you can reface the cabinetry. And this is something that not a lot of contractors will talk to you about why they don't make a lot of money on this, but it dramatically improves the curb appeal of your home. What do? Well, you maintain the same cabinetry that you have in the home, except you replace the doors. So whatever doors you have, they're gonna replace. You can hire a guy to come in and measure, and we have somebody that we've contracted in the past to basically measure out the doors, and they will come bring new looking doors, like very modern new doors to put in place of the old doors. And then after they do that, they install new hardware onto the doors as well, and potentially even reface all of the cabinetry with new paint. Maybe your old cabinets are beige and now white is really in. So there's a lot of different things that you can do low cost that will dramatically improve the marketability and the curb appeal of your home. Now keep in mind, a lot of real estate agents will sell you on doing an excessive amount of work. You gotta fix this, you gotta fix that, you gotta fix all of this stuff. But let me tell you, not only does that cost you more money, it also costs you more time. And the issue with making a large amount of repairs to your property before you get it ready for sale is that you really don't know if you're gonna get all of that money back. And so the work that I just suggested right now should be no more than $10,000 or so, no more than 5 to 10K. And that is simply cosmetic stuff, things that are going to dramatically increase the curb appeal of the home, but not really break the bank in any capacity, just compared to the overall cost of your home. And again, this is all very generic advice. When we have our curb appeal consultant come out to your property, they're going to give you a very good idea of what it would take to get your home ready for sale here in the Silicon Valley. So if you're interested in a complimentary curb appeal consultation, again, you can text the words curb appeal to the number down below. And this is Danny Gould, everyone. I'm Selling Silicon Valley, and I will catch all of you in the next video.